Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to you. My name is Nick on the ZxSpectrum and we're looking at a game called Future Racing, published by Kabuto Factory in 2019. They were based in Spain. This game is a chase hue motorbike racing game, authored with Highsoft Basic, and it was part of the Bytemaniacos Concurso competition in 2020, the basic competition there. So we'll see how this one plays. We've already reviewed another game quite a few years ago from that same competition called Wudang. So here we go. So it's written pretty much in basic. So we've got this motorbike in front of us. Behind us, don't get confused, is like a display, but it's made to look like a motorbike cockpit sort of thing. Immediately we can see it's a little bit like pole position, where we go left or right and try and weave around the traffic. Across the top there, as our progress, you see that white motorbike, or is it a mouse, going steadily towards the left. So keep an eye on that. It's progress, and we need to get from one side to another. So at the moment, we're on the red section. If you want to play this yourself, it's available from Spectrum Computing and probably World of Spectrum as well. So it's not moving very good, is it? But it's 2019, no real reason to play this immediately, but it's interesting to see what you can do with basic, but struggling massively for speed compared to the other games which are run through better compilers. If you run it through a decent compiler, it'd probably be going the speed of Super Hang-On, and then it might be getting a little bit cool. So, run this through a decent compiler, and we might be onto something. Collision detection is pretty iffy. You don't lose too much time for colliding into the rest of the traffic. So essentially it's just speed up, slow down, left and right. And I think there's some fuel there, maybe going down. It's going down ever so slowly. Okay, so we're in the yellow section if you're looking across the top. So we're already, according to that, almost halfway through the game. Excellent stuff. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. That keeps the channel going in a very competitive market. Not expert talking sometimes. Not expert gameplay, dodgy gameplay, nincompoop chat. But, I don't think it's going to take too much skills to play this one. I think everyone will be on a very, very similar level. No lives as such when you crash, no boost button. A little bit flickery, but that's just because of the, the compiling. I'm not a big fan of this one. There's a lot going on. There's a few obstacles there. It's clever. It's not using too much of the screen, but they disguised it well. They've created a bit of depth. I love that graphic on the right of that. I presume it's a woman on a motorbike, unless it's a guy having a bit of fun on the right hand side. So that's good. So graphically it was great. Screenshots look great. It just plays a little bit too slow, a bit clunky for 2019. But you've got to take it in the spirit it has been done on, and it was done for a basic competition. So there you go. The game reviews to be about 10 minutes long. Sometimes I go a bit longer if I'm particularly enjoying the game, but we've pretty much seen everything there is to offer here. Other ZxSpectrum games we've reviewed, we're in the thousands now. There's a link to that in the description below, or click on my username, takes you to the channel page, and click on the playlist tab. Or if you want to look at the Facebook page or the Twitter page as well, or X as it's now called, then you can do so. And I like the interaction, but it's all about building. It's all about trying to drive traffic here. And am I doing that? Well, I don't know. X traffic or Twitter traffic tends to stay on there. Facebook traffic tends to stay on there, so it's very hard to get people to move from one to the other, and YouTube traffic stays on here. So they're three separate entities, for me anyway, rather than overlapping. Social media, I don't think I'll ever fully understand it. I'm not on TikTok. There we go. I don't understand that either. Right, so we're in our motorbike. The stage is clear. It's a bit boring. So I went from one side to the other. You saw on the graphic on the top there. So it doesn't look like that's the whole game. Looks like it's just representing the stages you need to go through. Don't know how many stages this has got. This is stage 2. It doesn't look too dissimilar from stage 1, does it? It's not advancing a great distance. So perhaps we'll get to the end of the stage and turn it off. You might not still be here watching. If you're not here watching, then comment below. Good graphics on the handlebars. I mean, that's the best bit of it, the graphics. Desperately needs to be a little bit quicker. This is future racing. I don't know what deems it to be future racing. Is racing in the future? Is it? I don't know. Yes, I don't know how far in the future this is. Maybe it's next week, maybe it's 100 years, maybe it's 200 years. But I'd imagine by this point, well, 100 years' time, we'll be on speeder bikes, a bit like Return of the Jedi. But please don't use your speeder bike through the woods. That seems really, really stupid thing to do. You're going to bash into trees, you're going to die, and people are going to shoot at you and all that sort of stuff. See Death Chase on the zxspectrum, that's a bit like that. If you're currently speeding on a speeder bike through the woods, bumping into trees and exploding in incandescent flame, then comment in the comment section below. We'd love to hear from you. Also, if you're in the future, are you still riding a motorbike? Good stuff. It's all about getting the info to everyone. We're stress busting, folks, that's what we're doing. Don't take ourselves too seriously. We just try and have a bit of fun. But you know, there's millions of channels out there, so it's a bit tricky. We're a bit polarised here. Get bringing everyone together because everyone's doing the same thing. Imagine if you went to the high street and every shop was a bakery. I don't think any of those bakeries would do very well, but never mind. We're still going. We've been going over 10 years, you know. Why is he still bothering? I don't know. He must be insane. And now he's talking to himself. Right, as we're speeding along. There's no real. It's not going to progress anywhere. There's no real incentive to play it to the end. That's what I'm saying. Look at my progress across the top. Test Drive 2 did that a little bit on the Commodore Amiga. Maybe it's an influence I borrowed from there. That was like a Ferrari versus a Porsche in the standard game anyway. It came out on the zxspectrum too, and I mainly played it on the Commodore Amiga. Best motorbike games on the Spectrum? Well, that's debatable, but I like the classics, which is not a big surprise. You're looking at Super Hang-On and Enduro. They're the best ones for me. You might have your unusual ones. Also, there's a few others I could sort of like mention, but those ones sort of like had the speed. In particular, Super Hang-On. This is just the sound doesn't feel like an engine. It feels like I'm deleting something with the cursor key. But I have to review this in the nature it was done, and it was done for that basic competition. With basic, it's amazing getting anything moving, and they've done a fantastic job with what they have. Do check out the review of Wudang. I mean, that's one of those ones I can't believe it's written in basic, but it is. I'm trying to break into the program to show you, but it's because of the compiler, the way it's done, the highest of basic, I think it prevents you from breaking in. So it might be a little advancement just to pure basic from the Kabuto Factory. It's not Sabuto, it's Kabuto. Right, I'll have one last go. Don't really want to, but we'll get it. Sorry about that. If you're the author, it's very good in what's there. But overall, from a historical point of view, if you want to go and play it again now, there's not really much to keep you here. So it feels more like a tech demo to see what's possible, rather than something you can keep going back to over and over again to keep playing, trying to get to the end. All the enemy motorbike people, if we can call them that, are in red. It's no enduro on the Atari 2600. It's no pole position, is it? It's nothing like that. But yeah, try 4K Race Refueled. That's good. It's Homebrew's Go by Paolo Ferraris, and 4K Race Refueled Revisited or Plus, something like that. I like those ones. They've got decent speed on as well. Those two feels like you're doing okay. This one, not quite so much. But you know, horses for courses, courses for horses. If you are a horse on a course, then comment in the comment section below. Don't destroy the keyboard with your clumpy hoof feet, because someone else will come in and think, who's mucked up my computer? Yeah, you see? I don't know how you got in the house in the first place, to be honest with you. Inquiry needed. So we've got a straight, we've got slight bends. There's no real super tight bends. They're just sweeping bends each time. Again, like Enduro. But you're not going to get any tight stuff, are you? Not going to get any elaborate crashes. You just fall off and it explodes. It's all one colour. Yeah, I like the way it says Future Race going vertically upwards on the left. That's quite nice. And the display across the top, as I say, saying your distanceometer, how far you got left to go, that's pretty good too. But it's a bit like being at work or college or school, where you're looking at that bit as a timer, desperately wanting to go home, rather than getting any full enjoyment from the game. And I think that's quite fair. As soon as we get to the end of this stage, I'll certainly be getting out of here. And so, you know what I think, don't you? Interesting as a tech demo, not really good comeback as a playable game because it's not quick enough. Sound absent, graphics good, display good, but as a game you want to keep playing? No. I don't know what else Kabuto Factory did, to be honest. I'll have to maybe look them up. But all I know is that they're based in Spain. No, I think the speed's not going to be great. You can stop on a dime if you want to slow down and get round these, but I'm sort of like crashing into them at will now. I'm not sure how much time I'm losing by crashing into these people. Not a great deal. I think we might get a penalty for fuel, mightn't we, each time we crash? It's not a massive penalty, is it? Just keep going until your fuel runs out. But I think we've got a number of lives anyway. Come on. We're almost at the end now. Mouse at the top is almost at the end there. Almost at the end. Just one more graphic to go. And then we're there. And then we'll get out of here. See, there's stuff going by, but the actual grass, the magenta grass isn't moving at all, is it? That's staying the same. Stage clear. Well, and I think that's where we're pretty much going to leave it. Because, I've exhausted what I can say about this game, to be fair. So, hope you liked having a look at that one. That was Future Race, a homebrew published by the Kabuto Factory in 2019. Got any comments about this game, similar games, any other motorbike racers? Then put that in the comment section below. You're more than welcome. Until next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.
We're still going. We've been going over 10 years, you know. Why is he still bothering? I don't know. He must be insane. And now he's talking to himself.